They didn't think we could do it, but we did. History has just been made. The most effective and powerful boycott by Black people since the Montgomery bus boycott 70 years ago. We asked for 4 things, and I'm grateful to God that we've got 3 of them.
Sometimes I'm willing to step out of my comfort zone just to bring you some information that you may not be aware of. So let's get into why the girls are fighting. Well, and the guy. Pastor Jamal Bryant has upset Reverend Nekima Armstrong. I hope I got her name right. Well, anyway, if you don't recall who Nekima Armstrong is, she's the woman who went into that church in Minneapolis with Don Lemon. Well, she's back again. And she is also the woman who said she started the Target boycott. And Jamal made himself the face of it and the start of it. So we're going to get into that. And I want you to hear what she has to say as to why she's not very happy about Jamal Bryant making this announcement that people can go back to Target if they want to or not, but that the Target boycott has ended. Before I show you the clips, do me a favor. Like this video because I'm sure that other people are going to want to watch it. And please subscribe to the channel. Now let's go.
Target is struggling after strategic missteps on DEI. And that is because people across the country have been boycotting the retail giant since March. And this is the man leading the growing effort.
It is not because of tariffs. It is not because of the stock market. It is because of the power of Black unification and the Black dollar.
With all due respect, Pastor Bryant, you did not start the Target boycott. Black women did.
My biggest problem with Jamal Bryant is that he centers himself in everything. I thought Jamal Bryant started the Target boycott. I thought he did it with Nina Turner and Nekima Mallory. It was that the women came together, they brought him on to bring the church and, to make it more widespread and national and to have a bigger movement.
She's right, in my Morgan Freeman voice. I can't help it. I did that on my last video. It just tickles me when he says it. But nonetheless, I happen to agree with this young lady. Jamal Bryant likes to be in the middle of everything. He likes to be the center of attention. I wonder, was he an attention-seeking child? It's giving that. Maybe that's why he became a pastor. Okay, but anyway, I've said it before that he loves negative attention or positive. It doesn't matter. If it's negative, he'll give word salad, which I'm going to show you a video where I feel like he gave a lot of word salad so people could get on his side. And if it's positive, he's going to eat it up. Now, there are some women who were in charge of this. And they have very separate agendas, it seems like. Nekima Mallory and Nina Turner were in charge of the boycott in a whole different state, and they brought Jamal Bryant along.
I wanted to walk you through what has taken place over the last year that has gotten to the place of where we are right now. A year ago, Target boycott started in 2 different places, one in Cleveland, the other in Minneapolis, Minnesota, distinctively by 2 significantly strong sisters, Attorney Nekima and Representative Nina Turner. I watched it play out in real time, and it dawned on me that the Black church was not a part of the equation or the conversation dealing with civic engagement. And I pulled from their genius and their prowess the Target fast to walk alongside them.
Nekima, glad to have you on the show. First off, there's been all sorts of, a lot of people don't even understand the timeline, all sorts of who's doing what. And the reality is your group called for a boycott in Target, boycott of Target. Nina Turner's group called for a boycott of Target. Both of those commenced on February 1st. And Pastor Jamal Bryant's Target fast started on March 5th, which was initially supposed to last for 40 days and then go further. So in terms of where, so talk about what has happened over the past year in terms of your organization in this boycott, and how have you been marshaling folks nationwide?
Well, first, I want to say I feel like I just watched a theatrical performance and I need a palate cleanse.
Attorney, Reverend, activist Nekima Armstrong is sitting down with Roland Martin on his podcast to talk about how she felt when Jamal Bryant decided to end the boycott. Now, she's stating that Jamal Bryant is being theatrical because in that clip I showed you, Jamal Bryant decides to go on his podcast, Let's Be Clear, to give these women an apology. I think that the apology is a little bit too late because Jamal Bryant had been leading the charge for a whole year. Raise your hands if you thought that it was him leading this boycott. Or am I by myself? Every single time he spoke about the Target boycott, he should have been mentioning the women who actually were leading it. And if those women are Nekima Armstrong, Tamika Mallory, and Nina Turner, even if they are in different states, their names should have been mentioned. All of these people should have been working together and been on one agenda. But to me, they were asking for different things, some similar, but some not so similar. And I'm going to get into that too. But let's listen to the rest of what Nekima had to say, because I want you to hear what she asked for versus what Jamal Bryant asked for when it came to the boycott and what they needed Target to do in order to make amends with the Black community.
Have integrity, Roland.
I got
And
you.
as you just saw this week, that is a clear example of them not having integrity.
So I'm asking you
Why
this.
would Tamika and Nina show up in Washington when this man's agenda was to call for an end to the boycott?
Woo!
Now they're backtracking, claiming the boycott is still on. We don't need this kind of confusion in our community. They can, if they have all this organizing prowess that they claim, then prove it and show us what else you can do. We don't need their help with the Target boycott, obviously. And if the Target boycott wasn't successful, you wouldn't have a divide and conquer strategy where they're sitting here meeting with white leadership from Target, calling for an end to the boycott and nothing to show for our community.
Asked for 4 things, and I'm grateful to God that we've got 3 of them. They have invested $2 billion back into the Black community as they pledged after the death of George Floyd. On top of the $2 billion, an additional $100 million to immediate organizations that are meeting the needs within our community. Number 2, we asked them to partner with HBCUs. They have found, and we have found collectively, one that will do our pilot program with 12 other HBCUs to follow. Number 3, a reimagining of DEI. It's been a rough year for our community. 300,000 Black women have lost their jobs, and this is the highest unemployment for our people in years. The only thing that we didn't get accomplished, but we're still working towards, is an investment into Black banks.
I want to go over what Pastor Jamal Bryant said him and Target agreed to. I want you to pay attention to the words that he has said. Number 1, $2 billion was invested into the Black community. Now, my question would be, where did they invest $2 billion at? And he said it was invested, which tells me that this was past tense. So again, where is it at? And number 1, you get double for your trouble. $100 million was invested into organizations that are meeting the needs in the Black community. What organizations did that $100 million go to? Wouldn't you want to know that? I know I would. Number 2, they have partnered with an HBCU. That was one of the demands. Now, what HBCU was it? Why are we keeping it a secret? Let us know. And then when they partner with more, let us know the names of those too. And number 3, the reimagining of DEI. Now, all you have to do is look up the definition of that. But I'll give it to you right here to make it easy for you. It just means basically they're not going to call it DEI, but they'll call it something else. And number 4, which they have not met yet, but they're looking forward to meeting, is investing some money into a Black bank. Well, I still want to know what Black bank that's going to be and how much money are they going to invest. I want to hear what Nekima Armstrong had to say about what she wanted from Target and this boycott. So let's take a listen.
Second, what is your plan of action for the boycott? 2, what are your demands of Target? What are your specific demands of Target? And 3, have those been articulated to the Target leadership?
First of all, when we sent out our press release on January 28th of 2025 announcing the Target boycott, we listed our demands at that time. And during our press conference that happened on January 30th. And as a matter of fact, 2 of our demands wound up on the targetfast.org website because of the trickery of these people involved.
Roland Martin does not want any smoke from his friends, so he's trying to wheel Nekima Armstrong back in. She's been talking slick about Jamal Bryant, Tamika Mallory, and Nina Turner the whole time she's been on his podcast. She is extremely upset of how this thing has taken place and what has happened in the end, and the fact that she's been excluded, and I think rightfully so. But I want you to hear the rest of what she has to say. Now, let me just tell you, I will put the links to these videos in the description. I don't want you to just take my word for it and go off the clips. I want you to get the full context. Just like I tell you when it comes to the word of God, I want you to get the full context so you can decide on who's right, who's wrong, or what is right and what is wrong. Now let's continue to listen.
Hold on, one second. Nekima, 1 second. For the people who don't know your press release, what are those two demands?
Well, the first one is that the most obvious one is that Target reverses its decision to roll back diversity, equity, and inclusion. That should be obvious. The second demand is for Target to account for the $2.1 billion that it pledged in 2021 in the aftermath of the killing of George Floyd. The third demand has to do with Target's involvement in increasing the incarceration rate in Hennepin County, Minnesota, leading to a young man by the name of Mahdi Ali, a young immigrant who at 16 years old wound up in prison for 2 murders he did not commit.
Let's go through her list and see how it compares to Jamal Bryant's list. She stated rollback decision on DEI. Jamal Bryant stated reimagining of DEI. I think they're looking for 2 different things, but I'm just going to call them very similar, okay? I don't know if she would really care how they do it, as long as they do it. Account for $2.1 billion. This is coming from Nekima. Jamal Bryant said $2 billion. Now, I don't know if that 0.1 gonna mean a big thing to Miss Armstrong, but we'll find out. And the last thing is Nekima Armstrong said, look, Target increased the incarceration rate. Y'all know these big places, these organizations, these companies, these businesses have a lot of pull in what goes on. And she's saying that I need them to change that because there's a 16-year-old boy who went into prison for something he didn't do, and now he's a 30-year-old man still sitting in prison. So those are her 3 demands. 2 of them are very similar, if not the same, from what Jamal Bryant wanted. But then Jamal Bryant was asking for 2 other demands, and she's asking for a 3rd demand that's completely different. How is it that 4 Black people, you know what, I'm probably about to ask a dumb question, but how is it that 4 Black people, 3 women, 1 male, cannot get stuff straight? Even if they live in different states, it doesn't matter. Jamal is in Atlanta. The other women are in Cleveland, I suppose, and then she's in Minneapolis. Why are we not on the same page? But we want thousands upon thousands of other Black people and other minorities to follow in a boycott. And so we got a pastor and a reverend who do not see eye to eye, and Reverend Nekima Armstrong. Woo, she had a lot of things to say about the pastor. Lots of things to say about the pastor. But I'm going to let her continue. And then I want you to hear what Nina Turner had to say about this whole boycott being called off by Jamal Bryant, who was actually supposed to be a part of her team.
So when I'm on your show and I'm talking seriously about these issues, it's hard for me to ignore people who are unserious when it comes to accountability, when it comes to truthfulness, when it comes to holding the line for Black America. That is what we have experienced. So even for me to have to sit there and listen to this man go on and on and on with the theatrical performance before I came on you to talk about something real is offensive. And I'm just tired of it.
This new CEO has come handling business, and I'm glad to walk with him. The media Target fast has come to an end. We claim victory. We're grateful. Go in or stay out.
I'm not encouraging people to go back and shop at Target. It really is a sin and a shame that it took them this long for us to get to this point. I think what the 3 of us, for a brief moment, let me just speak for the 3 of us, which is Leader Mallory laid it out. that we came to give an update because the people who participated in this with us all over this country deserved an update and to know where we are. Based on the update, the history, the information, and the update, people have to decide whether or not Target is worthy enough for you to go back in their stores. I personally, and as Leader Mallory laid out, her mother even saying she's not going back, I'm telling you, I am not going back. And particularly because we are owed a public apology. And so I want to see the Target CEO, just as they quit us publicly, they need to reaffirm their love for us publicly.
All right, we have come to an end with all of the clips, and I believe that I've done everybody due justice by expressing how they feel about this Target boycott, who's in charge, who's not in charge, etc., etc. Now, what I see is that there are 4 people who are activists who are not working together. There's either very little communication or no communication at all. And that's very, very sad because you're in charge of leading something for the Black community. And somebody is dropping the ball, or somebody's. The other thing is, I noticed that there are 3 things that Target has not met. 2 of those things are on the side of Jamal Bryant, Nina Turner, and Tamika Mallory. And that is an apology because Target showed their tail by dropping DEI. And the Black people were saying, we're not coming to play with you. If you're going to drop DEI, even if we are at the end of the totem pole for receiving DEI, you're going to have to apologize because you did that to us right in front of our face, and don't play in our face. Y'all got to forgive me. I have to add a little bit of humor to this. And the other thing is they want money in Black banks. So an apology and money invested into Black banks or a Black bank. Now, there's one thing that has not been settled when it comes to Nekima Armstrong. She wants Target to figure out something because they were a part of increasing the incarceration rate in Hennepin County. So, I mean, I don't blame her. I think that is a really serious thing. And we're talking about Hennepin County, Minnesota, just so I'm clear. So there are 3 things that are still on the table. I hope that all of these individuals can get together and talk about the last 3 things that they want to happen when it comes to Target and the boycott. Now, Jamal Bryant has said that the boycott has ended for him. Nina and Tamika Mallory have said the boycott is not over. And Nekima Armstrong has said that the boycott is not over. So we still have a reverend out there fighting for the Black folks. And we have the pastor. The pastor said, I'm done. It's been a year and I got what I needed. He didn't really say that, but that's what I'm saying. Okay. Now y'all let me know. I cannot. Let me know what you think about this video in the comments below, because that's what I'm here for.